Good morning. Saturday Sunday ரொம்ப tired ரொம்ப dull good morning Good morning.
Good morning.
So we'll start with the next topic, probability. Today's agenda, like I told you, will be probability, theoretical distributions, index numbers and differentiation. These are the major topics. Of course, we do have certain small topics left in maths, which we will look at it later, depending on the time availability. Right? So, first, probability. Now, let's quickly recap the terms and the words associated with probability. First one, activity. It refers to the trial or the experiment. Okay, where activity will define the denominator or the sample space, the number of outcomes. Event is nothing but the expected or for example, or I would say the result of the activity, whether what you expect comes or what you expect does not come. Event is nothing but the result of the given activity. Now, events can be either favorable or unfavorable. Favorable means what you expect to occur is favorable, n of A. What you do not expect to occur is unfavorable, which is complement of the event, n of A dash. Where favorable plus unfavorable will always be equal to the total events, okay, or the sample space. Favorable plus unfavorable is nothing but equal to the sample space or total events, right? Next, exhaustive events, the total number of outcomes or the probability of I would say probability of all outcomes of the given experiment. So total number of outcomes of the experiment is nothing but the sample space, and the probability of all the outcomes is 1. And this group of all the events is what is called as exhaustive events. The next term, which is very important, is mutually exclusive events, where the happening of one event denies the happening of another, which means two events cannot occur simultaneously. Okay, if they are mutually exclusive, then intersection will always be equal to 0. Okay, next, independent and dependent events, where if the outcome of the two events are not dependent on each other, then they are called as independent events. Whereas if the outcome is dependent on one another, then they are dependent events. Now in the examination, independent events, we will be using simple rule of multiplication probability. Whereas where dependent event அப்படிங்கிற word இருந்தாலே, you should remember the rule of conditional probability, A given B or B given A. Okay. Next, simple and compound events. Simple events are elementary events which have one single basic outcome, whereas compound events are multiple events which are combined by the condition and or not. So these are the three important conditions that you will remember. And condition, what symbol we should use? Multiplication. And condition refers to intersection, where we are going to use multiplication. Or condition refers to union, where we are going to use addition. And not condition refers to subtraction. Okay, we are going to use minus. Now coming to, so in the mood in your questions and all, we will be using these repeatedly. Next, coming to the formula of odds in favor and odds against an event. Odds in favor of an event அப்படின்னா ratio of favorable is to unfavorable. Favorable is to unfavorable, where total events is going to be favorable plus unfavorable. So if they give you the example that I have given you, odds in favor is 2:3. Screen is visible, right? Okay, odds in favor is 2:3. So odds against is opposite of it, which is 3:2. Now how to find probability of the event? Favorable oda value divided by total of favorable plus unfavorable. So favorable is here 2 divided by total 2 plus 3. So 2 by 2 plus 3 gives the probability of the event. Remember, in the question they can ask you odds in favor or against. or sometimes they will give you the odds in favor or against value and ask you to find out any other value, like for example probability that both the events will occur and madri. So probability nu ketangana, you have to first convert the odds value into probability. Then only you should work with the answer. Without converting, if you work, you are not going to get the correct answer. Okay? And conditional probability, where one event has occurred and the probability of other event is required to be found out. Right? So these are the terms. We'll come to the formula separately. These are the terms associated with the probability. Quickly run through once and then we will go ahead with the formula. If you want, take down hints. Any doubts? Shall we go ahead to the formula? Okay, so I have summarized all possible formula mostly that have been tested in your questions so far. So P of A is given as N of A by N of S, where total of P of A plus P of A dash is equal to 1. Total probability is always equal to 1. So P of A dash can be given as 1 minus P of A. Now A union B. So what is A union B? P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Very important point to remember. When A union B formula you are using anywhere, or plus sign you are using anywhere. Union na plus sign you are using anywhere means you need to check whether the events are mutually exclusive. If they are mutually exclusive, then P of A intersection B will be equal to 0. So in that case, the formula will be P of A intersection B is equal to 0. So therefore, P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B. If it is not equal to 0, then you will have a value which you have to subtract. Okay. And for that value, how to find out? The value will be found out using P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B. Yedume kudukalana, this is the way you can find out. If nothing else is available, no other hint is available in the question, then this is the method you need to find out. Okay? And if they mention in the question that the events are exhaustive, then remember the rule, P of A union B is equal to 1. Okay? Got it? Next, not condition. P of A minus B is equal to P of A minus P of A intersection B. Next, P of B minus A is equal to P of B minus P of A intersection B or B intersection A, means the same. Next, P of A dash intersection B is equal to P of B minus A. A dash intersection B. So A, whenever you want to interpret quickly, you can say A dash, not A. So not condition vandale, we know it is minus sign. Correct? So I don't want A, I want B. In other words, I can say it as I want B but not A. B but not A means B minus A. You can remember it that way also. Similarly, P of B dash intersection A. I don't want B. I want A. So which means I want A but not B. So A minus B. Okay. Next, neither A nor B. So A U venda, B U venda. P of A union B the whole dash, which is 1 minus P of A union B. Or P of A dash intersection B dash. A dash intersection B dash. When both the events do not occur together, then it is P of A intersection B the whole dash, or P of A dash union B dash. And the next, P of A union B union C, where P of A plus P of B plus P of C minus all intersections. P of A intersection B, B intersection C, A intersection C plus A intersection B intersection C. Coming to conditional probability. P of A given B. So when they use the word given that or known that, idella hints that or provided that, when it is provided that. So when these words are there, then it is a hint that the question is on conditional probability. So P of A intersection A given B is given as P of A intersection B divided by completed event, which is P of B. P of B given A is P of A intersection B divided by P of A. P of A dash given B is given as P of A dash intersection B divided by P of B. Which is otherwise written as A dash intersection B, we already know. Not A but B. So B minus A divided by P of B. B minus A oda expansion da idu. P of B minus P of A intersection. Same way, P of B dash given A is P of B dash intersection A divided by P of A. And you can also interpret it the other way around. A by B dash, B by A dash. So, eppadi ketalo, remember what is the completed event that will come in the denominator. The known that that comes in the denominator. And for a conditional probability, the denominator cannot be equal to 0, which is it cannot be an impossible event. And the last expected value is equal to sigma px. And standard deviation of the probability distribution is given as root of sigma px square minus sigma px the whole square. And variance, we all know the rule already. Variance is equal to SD square. Okay. Now let's quickly understand the patterns that are going to be in the questioning area. Okay, and let me give you one or two examples for the different patterns. Rest we can do it in the practice questions. First, simple probability questions. Questions based on cards. What is the probability of getting a queen, getting two queens in the questions alone? Or questions based on dice. Then they can ask a number is selected out of 1 to 30. What is the probability that it is an even number? It is a multiple of 4 and the mother. Next, simple probability with compound events. So this again you have to remember. When it comes to compound events, the condition which you are going to apply is very important. When it is AND condition, it will be a multiplication. When it is OR condition, it will be an addition and not subtraction. Example to start with, you can say a number is selected from 1 to 100. What is the probability of it being a multiple of 6 or 7? இப்போ 6 and 7 ரெண்டுமே பார்த்துடலாம். Now if I say 6 and 7, it should be a multiple of both 6 and 7. So what is the numbers which are going to be multiples of 6 and 7? Start with the least number that can be a multiple of 6 or 7. 6 and 7. 42. 42 is the least number which can be the multiple of 6 and 7. Appo, what you can do very simply is, how many numbers are divisible by 42, you can check in the table. Now if I ask you two numbers as multiple of 2 and 6, what is the least multiple which is of 2 and 6? Abdiya? 6. Ellathiliyum multiplication will not work. When the values are prime numbers or when one is a prime number, then you can multiply, that will be the least number. But when you do not have that scenario, when you have one number which can be a multiple of another, you have to cautiously check. If 4 and 3 edutona, what is the least common value? 12. 2 and 6? 6. Okay. So B and 6 and 4? 12, not 24. 12. So be careful on what least number you pick. That will define your A intersection B criteria. Okay. So now here, coming back to this, the least number is 42. Now how many numbers are divisible by 42 within 100? 42, 84. Avladhan. In simple terms, mottama 100 numbers irka. 100 divided by 42 podunga. In the whole number irko, that will be the maximum possible numbers. Correct? So A intersection B, which is AND condition, how many items are there? 2. Correct? Divided by N of S. What is N of S? What is the activity? You are selecting a number. From how many numbers? 100. So what is the N of S? 100. Answer is 2 by 100, 0.02. This is for AND condition. Now coming to OR condition. OR na enna rule? Addition rule. So multiple of 6 or multiple of 7 apdina, you have to take 6, multiple of 6 plus multiple of 7. Whenever you have OR condition, what should you check for? Mutually exclusive. Now, is multiple of 6 and 7 mutually exclusive? Mutually exclusive na common value irukka kudadu, AND condition irukka kudadu. Inge AND condition possible ah illaya? Possible. So which means if it is possible, they are not mutually exclusive. Therefore, I will have an intersection, which we already found out. So now you can tell me how many multiples of 6 do I have between 1 and 100? 100 divided by 6. 16. Huh? Whole number is 16. How many multiples of 7? 14. Minus 2 by 100. N of S. 30 minus 2. 28 by. Okay. Yes. Now in the same question, if I ask, I want a multiple of 6 but not 7. What is the formula? A minus B. Your formula is P of A minus P of A multiple of 6. Multiple of 6 எவ்வளவு கண்டுபிடிச்சீங்க? 16. Correct? Minus P of A intersection B. How many intersection values we have? That's all. 14 by. Clear? So the rule you have to remember is whenever you have a question which covers either not condition or condition, check for and condition applicability. Okay? Next, combinations rule. So whenever you have more than one item to be selected, then we use which rule? NCR. So for example, from a pack of balls, 2 balls have to be selected. From a pack of 10 items, 2 items have to be selected. What is the probability? What is the n value? 10C2. Now what is the probability that the 2 items, the 2 balls will be black? So total number of black balls we will take it as NCR rule. So you remember the rule of NCR. We have already discussed the formula in permutations and combinations. So I hope the rule is clear. Yes? Next. Rule of repetition. So where repetition will come? When the same activity is repeated again. Okay. In the question rarely tested. Not very frequently tested in probability. Permutation combination la varlam, but probability la repetition rule is not very frequently asked. Okay. With and without replacement. Next rule is with and without replacement. Now, what is the rule of with and without replacement? When you are doing 2 activities or when you are doing same activity twice, in the second time, if you are going to put back the selection into the slot, then it is called as with replacement. If you are not going to put back the selection into the slot, then it is called as without replacement. So let's take an example. A bag contains 3 red and 4 white balls. 2 balls are selected. Twice with replacement and without replacement. Find the probability that first draw, or rather say all 4 are white. All 4 are white. Now, if it is with replacement, then what we will do? Always first do the first activity. 2 balls are selected out of 3 plus 4. How many balls? 7 balls. So denominator will be 7C2. And I need how many balls first? 2 balls which are white in color. How many white balls I have? 4. So 4C2. This is the first selection of 2 balls. And now come to the second selection of 2 balls with replacement. Appadina, whatever ball you have selected, you are putting back into the lot. So what happens in the denominator? The number of balls remains the same. So denominator is again 7C2. Again in the numerator, what happens? I have 4 white balls. So I have 4 white balls. 4C2. This is the rule of with replacement. Now, when it comes to without replacement. First activity, same stories. 4C2 by 7C2. I have 7 balls, out of which I need to pick 2 white balls. And now come to the second activity. How many balls I have left? 7 balls, 2 balls are taken. I am not putting them into the lot. So how many balls are left? So the denominator will be 5C2. Now how many white balls am I left with? 4 balls, out of which 2 white balls are already taken. So I am left with 2 white balls. So 2C2. If the question is silent, then you are going to assume the question is always without replacement only. Question la eduvume kudukalena without replacement da you have to do. Okay. Next. Different activities. A box is selected and ball is selected from that box. So you have to multiply the box probability and the ball's probability separately. Again, less tested area. Okay. Next, arrangement rule. We have learned this even in permutation. Number of people standing in a line, n factorial. 4 digits are arranged, 4 factorial. Okay, so arrangement rule is n factorial. Next, combined probability or joint probability. So how do you identify question like this? 3 people are taking a test independently. The probability will be given to you directly. The probability of success of A is given as, B is given as, C is given as 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 or fractions they can give you. What is the probability that all of them pass or none of them pass? The frequently tested question, what is the probability that the problem is solved? A, B and C attempt a question independently. What is the probability that the problem is solved? So problem is solved means A can solve or B can solve or C can solve or all the 3 can solve or any 2 can solve. So we will do it as 1 minus not solving. Correct? So 1 minus A dash, B dash, C dash. So idhula rule enadhu? When the probabilities are independently given to you, you will multiply the probabilities to find the combined probability. Idhula mukkiyama nyamam vechukka vendiyadhu. If I ask you, there are 3 people solving a particular problem. Say, let's take this with an example. A, B and C are solving a problem. Probability of solving is 0.4, 0.5 and 0.7. Now, what is the probability that 2 of them will succeed? Will solve or 2 of them will succeed. Now, 2 of them means what are the possible outcomes? AB or BC or AC. Correct? A and B solving na. What happens to the third person? Ida vidakudadu. The vittingana answer tappaidum. So when I say 2 have to solve, I mean that exactly 2 have to solve. So the third person should not solve. How many ever people are there in the scenario, that many people should come in your probability also. Okay, in each outcome, every individual will be considered, every item will be considered. BC A dash AC, B dash. So here it will be 0.4 into 0.5 into 1 minus 0.7, which is 0.3, plus B 0.5 into 0.7 into 0.6. 0.4 into 0.7 into 1 minus 0.5, 0.5. Multiply and then take the total. Okay. So total answer 0.4. Right. So this is on 0.41. So this is on independent activities. Next, conditional probability. The rule is you will have the words. What are the keywords? Given that, known that, provided that, idella irundhuduna conditional probability question. Or questions will be based on odds in favor, odds against. Okay. Or the last possibility is expected value or find the number of. Okay. Find the number of statements, number of misprints, number of questions. இந்த மாதிரி எது கேட்டாலும் the number of வந்ததுன்னா expected value route you can use. Okay. Number of, amount of, இது எல்லாமே probability of தவிர வேற எது வந்தாலும் probability related questionல you can use the expected value formula. Right. So given these are the types, models that are tested so far. Shall we get started with the questions? Yes. First one. A bag contains 8 1 rupee coins, 5 2 rupee coins and 4 5 rupee coins. 3 coins are drawn from the bag at random. Find the odds against the draw yielding minimum possible amount. என்ன சொல்ல வராங்க? Odds against கேட்டிருக்காங்க. If it is odds against, what we have to do is first find out probability in normal method. N of A by N of S பண்ணிக்கலாம். அதுக்கப்புறமா we will convert it to odds in favor or odds against as required. Yes. So then we can convert it to odds in favor or against. Now, they are asking probability of draw yielding minimum possible amount அப்படின்னா 3 coins are drawn. So when you will get the minimum possible amount? 1 rupee. Question la irukradhe okay, sorry, 1 rupee, 2 rupee and 5 rupee. Okay. When you will get the minimum possible amount? 3 coins are drawn. If all the 3 are 1 rupee. So minimum possible amount that you are going to get is 3 rupees in total, which is where all the 3 has to be 1 rupee coins. Correct? So in other words, I need the probability of drawing 3 1 rupee coins out of 8 1 rupee, 5 2 rupee and 4 5 rupees. Now come to the working. First N of S பண்ணிருங்க, denominator பண்ணிருங்க. 8 1 rupee, 5 2 rupee, 4 5 rupee. So total எத்தனை coins? 8 plus 5 13 plus 4 17, out of which I have to draw 3. 17 C 3. Numerator la I need what amount I need? I need 3 1 rupee coin out of how many 1 rupee coins I have? 8. So what is the rule? 8C 3. So this is N of A, this is N of S. First find the two values. 8C3 is 6 into 7 into 8, 56 by 15 into 16 into 17 by 6. 680. So simplify this. Don't odds in favor against பண்றதுனால don't convert to decimal. You need the fraction value. So you get 85, 7 by 85, correct? You get the value as 7 by 85. So this is the probability. But we need, what are they asking? Odds against. So this is favorable by total. So unfavorable will be given as total minus favorable, which is 85 minus 7. How much? 78. So therefore, odds against will be, odds against oda rule enadhu? Unfavorable is to favorable. So 78 is to 7. Okay. Next. Shyam tries a particular combination to open a lock which contains 3 rings. Each ring containing 9 distinct numbers. Find the probability that the lock is not opened. So not opened na 1 minus opening. Correct? So 1 minus opening. Question option பார்த்தாலே தெரிஞ்சிருது 1 minusல கொடுத்திருக்காங்கன்னா 1 minus opening பண்ணா போறோம். Now how to find out what is the probability of opening? For a number to open, I need one particular code. First number la 9 digits are there, out of which 1 will be the correct number. Second la 9 numbers are there, out of which 1 will be the correct number. And third la again 9 numbers are there, out of which 1 will be the correct number. So answer will be 1 by 9 into 1 by 9 into 1 by 9. Repetition rule. 1 minus 1 by 9 the whole cube. Or 1 minus 1 by 9 cube. Option B. Third question. From a bag containing 4 white, 5 black balls, a man draws 3 balls at random. What are the odds in favor of these being all black? So whenever you are finding odds in favor, find the probability value, which is n of a, n of s kandupidichu, then convert it to odds in favor or against. Go ahead, try the question. Answer. So denominator will be 4 white and 5 black. 4 plus 5, 9C3. Denominator is 9C3 and all being black. So 3 balls are drawn. So totally 5C3. So 5C3 by 9C3 panna, 5C3 is 10. Correct? So 10 by 9C3. 7 into 8 into 9 by 6. 84. So 10 by 84 is 5 by 30. 5 by? Yeah. 5 by 42. Now they are asking odds in favor. So favorable is 5. Is to unfavorable is 42 minus 5, which is 37. So the ratio is 5 is to 37. Right? Next, try question number 4 and 5. Combinations rule with my combining condition. Question number 4. What is the answer? A bag contains 7 blue, 3 yellow balls. 6 balls are drawn simultaneously. Find the probability that 3 are in blue and the rest are in yellow color. So it will be 7C3 into 3C3 by 7 plus 10, 10C6. So 7C3 into 3C3 by 10C6. Any doubts? Okay. Fifth one. A pack of electronic components are known to include 2 defectives. Sample of 4 components is drawn. Probability that the sample does not contain more than 1 defective. So not more than 1 defective means totally defective 2. So not more than 1 means you have to consider 0 and 1 defective. So if I take 0 defectives, 10C4, 8C4 or 1 defective means 8C3 into 2C1 divided by 10C. This is 0 defective, all 4 correct pieces. This is 3 correct pieces and 1 defective. Not more than 1. Yes? Shall we go to the next? Sixth one. There are 2 boxes containing 5 white and 6 blue balls and 3 white and 7 blue balls. Okay. 1 box is selected at random. 2 activity scenario. 1 box is selected and a ball is drawn from it. Probability that it is blue is. So first ball selected, first box 1 by 2. And a ball is drawn from it. Probability that it is blue. How many blue balls we have? 6C1 by 6 plus 5, 11C1. Or if I select the second box, then it will be 7C1 by 10C1. If I select the first box, I have 6 plus 5, 11 balls, out of which I need to select a blue ball. 6C1 by 11C1. Or if I select the second box, 1 by 2 is the probability of the second box, into I have 7 plus 3, 10 balls, out of which I need a blue ball. So answer will be 3 by 11 plus 7 by, 3 by 11 plus 7 by 20, whatever is the total. 137 by 220. Done? Next. 7th one. 5-digit numbers are formed using the digits 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, where no digit occurs more than once, which means no repetition. Find the probability that the number thus formed consists of 3 in its tens place, 0 in its units place. So 5-digit number is formed. I want 3 in its tens place. So inge vandu then a tens place amma. Inge 3 veno, and in this units place I need 0. So first come to the denominator. What is the denominator? 5 digits can arrange themselves in Attama 5 factorial ways. Good morning, wake up, pasi vandircha. There is a number 0 which cannot come in the நான் பக்கத்துலயே உட்கார்ந்து சொல்லவா எக்ஸாம்ல 0 ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிளேஸ்ல இருக்கு வராது. ஆன்சர் 5 ஃபேக்டோரியல் எழுத போனா பக்கத்துலயே பேனாவாலேயே போடணும் கையில. Think. So now what is the answer? What is the denominator? The denominator I have 5 digits. Permutationல பண்ணதுதான். First place la 0 vara mudiyadhu. So first place how many options we have? 4. And balance you have 4 numbers which can arrange themselves in 4 factorial ways. So answer is 4 into 4 factorial, which is 24 into 4. 96. So denominator is 96 and not 120. Okay. So whenever you are having the digits question, remember question if it is having 0, your arrangement rule will change. Okay. Now they are saying the digits so formed should contain 0 in tens place, sorry, in the units place 0, tens place 3. Appo idu rendutoda position is fixed. Is it going to change? No. Leave that. Balance how many digits we have? Can arrange themselves in 3 factorial ways. So answer is 6 by 96 or simplify. 1 by 16. 1 by 16. Okay. Yes. Next. 8th one. Sachin throws a fair dice. He is promised an amount to the equal to the value of the number showing up if the number showing up is odd, and an amount twice the value of the number showing up if it is even. So what is the maximum amount Sachin should be willing to pay each time to throw the dice if in the long run he wants to make an average profit of 3 per throw? என்ன சொல்ல வராங்க? Let's understand. If he gets an odd number, what is the amount he is going to get? Same amount. Even number na twice the amount. So let's put the details. So if the values are 1, 3 or 5, then he will get the same amount. Whereas if the values are 2, 4 and 6, he will get twice the amount. Correct? Now, what is the probability that Sachin will be, what is the maximum amount Sachin should be willing to pay each time to throw the dice? So he has to pay some amount, then he will receive the amount based on what he is going to get. He wants an average profit of 3. So profit is 3 rupees. First we need to find out how much he will receive as income. Adilende 3 eduthitona, you will know the cost or expense, correct? Yes. So let's understand what will be his average income. Average income in a probability is what formula? Expected value. Sigma px. So for 1 probability is 1 by 6. Again for 3, 1 by 6. For 5, 1 by 6. Now next coming to for 2, 4 and 6, I will not write the amounts as 2, 4 and 6 because I am going to receive how much of the amount? 2x the amount. So I will write it as 4, 4 into 2, 8, 6 into 2, 12. Again the probabilities are 1 by 6, 1 by 6 and 1 by 6. So that do px, sigma px. 1 into 1 by 6 plus 3 into 1 by 6, 5 into 1 by 6. Instead, directa போட்டுறலாம். 1 by 6 total எல்லாமே 1 by 6 நால I can even do this 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 4 plus 8 plus 12. This shortcut will apply only when it is equal probability. Equal illana, you have to do individual multiplication only. Yes? So total, let's do the working. $5.5. So his average income is going to be how much rupees? 5.5. His average income is 5.5. Now I want a profit of 3 rupees. So if I want a profit of 3 rupees, na, I should spend how much? So the value of spending has to be 5.5 minus 3, which is 2.5. So the maximum amount that he has to spend will be 2.5 rupees per throw. Understood? Any doubts? Any doubts? Clear? Okay. Ninth one. For any two independent events, P of A is 5 by 9, P of B is 6 by 11, A intersection B 10 by 35. Values of A by B and B by A. A by B formula another. P of A intersection B by P of B. Now how to find out A intersection B in this question? There are two methods possible, but adula one method is correct. P of A intersection B, normally we will do P of A into P of B. But no. If the question you are having intersection, okay, kuduthitaanga direct type, union kuduthirundanga question la. Union kuduthirundanga, you have to use the formula A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus intersection B. Remember, in a conditional probability question, you cannot do A into B. Answer will be wrong. Okay, P of A into P of B is equal to P of A intersection B in the formula conditional probability. Okay, yes. So now go ahead, the values are directly given to you, so you can find out. 10 by 35 by P of B, 6 by 11. First one will be A by B will be 10 by 35 by 6 by 11. So 10 by 35 into 11 by 6. By 21 and B by A 10 by 35 and 5 by 9. By 21, 18 by 35. Tenth one. Which of the following pairs of events E and F are mutually exclusive? E, Ram's age is 13. F, Ram is studying in college. Sita studies in a school. Sita is a playback singer. Raju is elder brother in a family. Raju's father has more than one son. Banu studied BA in English literature. Banu can read English novels, which is mutually exclusive, which means they cannot occur together. Option A. 13 studying in a college is not possible. theoretically. So therefore, answer is option A. 11th one. P of A is 0.3, B by A is 0.5, P of B is 8.8. A union B is. For A union B, we need P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. So A intersection B, you can use which formula? B by A is given to you. So B by A formula use பண்ணி A intersection B கண்டுபிடிக்கலாம். Go ahead, find and give me the answer. So answer is 0.95. Are you getting 0.95? 12th one. 30 balls are serially numbered and placed in a bag. Find the probability that first ball drawn is multiple of 3 or 5. So one ball is drawn. That ball has to be a multiple of 3 or 5. Totally there are 30 balls. So multiple of 3 na, how many are there? 10. Multiple of 5 na, 6. Or we need to check for mutual exclusive event. 3 or 5. 3 and 5 multiple near least common multiple is 15. How many multiples of 15 will be there in 30 balls? 2. So minus 2. 16 minus 2. 14 by 30 or 7 by 15. Yes? 13th one. 2 unbiased dice are rolled. The probability of getting 1 in at least one die is dash by 36. 36 is the denominator. Okay. Where x is. நம்ம probability கண்டுபிடிச்சிடலாம். அதுக்கப்புறமா we will fill in the blanks. So denominator நமக்கு 36 ன்னு தெரியும். 2 dice are rolled means 6 square 36. Getting at least 1 in one die. So your combinations can be 1661, 1551, 1441, 1331, 1221, which is how many? 1551, sorry, 1661, 1551, 1441, 1331, 1221. So total எவ்வளோ 10 possibilities. அதை தவிர 1,1 is one possibility. Both the numbers being 1. So totally how many possibilities? 11. 11 by 36. இதுல காமன் மிஸ்டேக் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா எல்லாமே ரிப்பீட் ஆகிறதுனால 6 டோட்டலா 6 நம்பர் 6 into 2 12 ன்னு போட்டுருவாங்க. ரிமெம்பர் 1,1 ஒரு பாசிபிலிட்டி தான் வரும். ஓகே, அவசரத்துல யோசிச்சு பண்ற மிஸ்டேக் இதெல்லாம். So answer is 11 by 36. So your answer is 11. Fourteenth one. 3 coins are tossed simultaneously. Probability of getting 2 heads. So 3 coins means denominator is 2 cube, which is 8. Getting 2 heads. Head, head, tail. Head, tail, head. Tail, head, head. So answer is 3 by 8. Any doubts? Clear? And the last question, if odds in favor of an event is 2:3, odds against event B is 6:4, probability that only one event occurs. Only one event. What does it mean? A occurring, B not occurring is A not occurring. Okay. A occurring, B not occurring. எப்படி எழுதணும்? Express பண்ணணும். A into B dash. Or B occurring, B into A dash. So or means what symbol? Plus. Okay. Or you can also write this as P of A minus B, A not B, B minus A, B not A. எப்படி வேணாலும் எழுதலாம். Okay. Now find the probability. Now what is probability of A in this question? Odds is 2:3. Now what is the probability? 2 by 2 plus 3, 5. Now what is probability of B? Is it 4 by 10 or 6 by 10? 4 by 10 because it is odds against. So ratio will be unfavorable is to favorable. So 4 by 10. Okay. Now you can just multiply and write the answer. 2 by 5 into B dash is 6 by 10 plus 4 by 10 into A dash is 3 by 5. Which is 6 by 25 plus 12 into 6 by 25. Answer is 12 by 25. Done? Yes? So clear with the patterns that we have discussed in the class? Any doubts in any of the type of questions? Right? So with this we complete our chapter on probability and examination perspective. Again, it is a combination of theory and practical. So practical minimum 3 to 4 questions. Mostly 3 questions on an average. Theory based questions, which means like instead of sums, they can ask you the question that we did, right, in the mutually exclusive. Okay, then exhaustive events. In the Mari terms la vaikra normal theoretical questions like how we have seen in set A in your probability chapter. Okay, so adu vandu or 2 to 3 questions approximately. So 5 to 6 questions from probability. If you see overall, the subject is all the paper is always spread out. So every chapter you will have minimum 3 to 4 questions, minimum. Okay, of course the extent up to which they can test will increase. Maximum or 8 questions, 5 to 8 questions varaikum polam, but minimum if you see 3 to 4 questions. Again, this chapter probably 5 questions on an average you can expect. Right? Take your break and we will resume after the break for the next chapter.